Hello, my name is Dylan, but you can call me Buttercup. It's the first Saturday of the month, so I'm talking to you out loud, instead of just making random comments in the description. The yarn on the screen is mainly just there to look pretty while I talk. I might talk about it later if I have some time and what I want to talk about doesn't take as long as I expected, but really it's just there to look pretty. I am using different microphones than I normally do when I talk in my videos. I use these ones when I am just recording sounds. I really like them for that, and I wanted to see how they do recording speech. So, we're trying that out today. Let me know in the comments if you really hate how these microphones pick up speech. And if you hate it, I'll never do it again. So, I recently started the Sweet Georgia Yarns Autumn Dahlias Mystery Knit-Along. And I have to say, I was not expecting the first clue to be this long. I'm not going to show any spoilers on here. Any spoilers I post will have a spoiler slide in front of them on Facebook and Instagram, and will be tagged for spoilers on Tumblr. But I'm just going to talk about the experience. The first clue is a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. Not necessarily a bad thing. And I also have less time to work on it than I have in previous years, which may be affecting my perception of how long it is, but I think it is a particularly long clue, from what I've come to expect from mystery knit-alongs. I am enjoying it quite a bit so far. It's really lovely. If you don't muck it up like I did right at the final hurdle in the last section of the first clue, I missed something I should have done, and my stitch count was off. I found where I missed it, and I tried to do surgery to repair it, but I only messed it up worse. So I had to rip back a bunch. And I forgot to mention, I'm doing that ASMR thing of recording in the middle of the night when nobody's awake, because I stayed up to finish the clue because I was going to do that tonight, and ripping back just made it take longer. So now it's the middle of the night, everybody's asleep, and I'm recording because this is the best opportunity I'm going to have. So, if I'm slightly less coherent than usual, it's because it's the middle of the night and I'm normally filming in the morning. So, I think that was louder than I intended it to be, and I'm sorry. In addition to being longer, the first clue uses the whole thing, the whole knit-along, uses US size 6 needles. I'm not sure what that is in millimeters, but my Silence Tea by Ruth Gwen that I've been working on uses US size 2 needles, and size 6 is not big by any stretch of the imagination, but compared to a size 2, getting started, I felt so clumsy and like I never held needles before. And it was really weird because size 6 is not a big needle. And it still felt huge in my hands because it's not what I've been working with lately. I'm also planning to do the Sharon Air mystery knit along from Casa Pinka. The 4 balls of yarn in the back there are actually my yarn for that. I haven't worked with this kind of yarn before. It's new to me. The format of the ball is new to me. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and with Autumn Dahlias, it's a shape of shawl that I have not made before, which makes it even more interesting. So Sharon Air, back to that. I'm bouncing around a little bit because it's the middle of the night. Sharon Air. I've never done 2 mystery knit-alongs at the same time. I'm thinking I might have picked a bad 2 to work on at the same time. But I've committed myself to it and I'm gonna do it. I've also never done a Casa Pinka / Sharon from Security mystery knit-along before. I initially intended to do the Pinions one, but I just wound up not doing it. I just didn't feel like it at the time, which is fine. You're allowed to not feel like doing things. But I do have that pattern if I ever want to make it for some reason, but I just didn't when it was coming around, and that's fine. But I am going to do the Sharon Air mystery knit along, and I'm really looking forward to it. Having gotten the clues as they came out for Pinions, it seemed like a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to getting started. That one also uses size 6 needles. Hopefully by then my hands will be used to working with them, and I won't feel so clumsy anymore. But that starts next Friday, the 12th. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and a bit less, I don't want to say formal. You know, the Sweet Georgia Mystery Knit-alongs are very organized, and they kind of feel a little bit formal. They're not really formal. There is no deadline. It's all for fun. But the vibe, I guess, is a bit more formal. Whereas Casa Pinka and Sharon from Security, the vibe is a bit more relaxed, a bit more chill. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Hopefully I won't have to rip back any sections of any of the clues. But who knows? I make mistakes. I'm human. I guess that's everything that I had planned to talk about. So let's talk about the yarn on the screen. I mentioned before the 4 balls in the back are for the Sharon Air Mystery Knit-along. The notes said use whatever colors you want, so I decided to start out with inspiration from the colors that were originally used. I have that pink, I have that kind of purpley magenta color, I have the red, and I decided to throw in a bit of my own flair by going with the black. I like dark and moody kind of colorways, and I really like black. It's one of my favorite colors, so why not, you know? It is, check one of the tags here, remember what kind of yarn I got. It is Universal Yarn Bamboo Pop Sock. I've never worked with it before. It's nice and soft, it feels squishy. I'm sure I'm going to like working with it. But it's new to me, so I can't really say anything about it other than it feels nice in the ball. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to using those and seeing how they work up. And in the front here are the original 3 yarns I was going to use for the Autumn Dahlias mystery knit along, but the woman who runs Busy Peach, Laverne, wound up getting sick with COVID and was unable to dye any yarn for a period of time, and so the purple in the very front, as you can probably tell by the label, I got as part of the Peachy Yarn Club, and when it came time to plan colors for the mystery knit along, it matched one of the kits that they had, and so I decided to build a set based on that kit. And so I ordered the other 2 colors. The purple is tencel, the other 2 colors are cotton. And I ordered them what I thought was plenty of time. Under normal circumstances, it probably would have been. But they didn't get here in time. So I got backup yarns that I am using. I got Shepyes Whirlette in the colors Luscious, which is kind of a dusty blue, Chewy, which is a gray color. I have the labels, and Rose, which is a nice dusty pink. Having worked them up into the first clue, for some reason the vibe I am getting from them as fabric is cotton candy in a rainstorm, which, fine. It's a weird vibe, but I'm not upset about it. It's just not the vibe I expected to get. But it's fun, it's interesting. I like it. And my 3 original colors I am planning to save for a future mystery knit along. Sweet Georgia's mystery knit alongs tend to use 3 colors, 1 skein of each, in fingering weight. So I'm going to save them for a future mystery knit along. They may also wind up in a non-Sweet Georgia mystery knit along, who knows? But that's what I'm planning on saving them for, so that even if they're not going to the mystery knit along I intended them to go to, they're going to a mystery knit along, if that makes sense. And I am very excited to get to use them. That's really it now, I think. It is 2.5 hours past my bedtime. I'm going to get this uploaded and let the subtitles cook for as long as they need to, so that I can take care of those later in the day. It's technically morning now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.